Oh man. Oh man, not again. Boxing is back with the confusion. After Ryan Garcia announced to the whole world that he would be fighting Rolly Romero and ticket sales were coming soon. The location and the official announcement was coming soon. We find out that was cap. Rolly is now fighting none other than Esai Pitbull Cruz. You gotta love boxing. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I made a detailed video regarding a Ryan Garcia tweet. Ryan Garcia said just yesterday that he was going to be fighting Rolando Romero. And your boy Ego, I fell for the mousetrap. Now, you can still watch the video. There was a lot of other things that I said throughout the video that I still feel. But some of that information is null and void because despite Ryan posting that he was going to be fighting against Rolly for a title, we now find out that Rolly is fighting a PBC fighter, Pitbull Cruz. And this is what Rolly said. Rolly, he went on social media, and this is why you guys got to subscribe to the channel. I make these types of videos giving you guys everything in boxing. So hit the subscribe button. But I made a video about this previously. Rolly said he was in negotiations with Ryan. Everything looked like it was going to be good for the fight to happen. No real major obstacles. They both seemingly wanted it. They were in negotiations. Then out of nowhere, Rolly got to his social media and basically said, F Ryan, F DAZN, and Oscar. They wasted the entire world's time. It's disgusting. And again, I made a video about this. So he completely ripped them, which this was 5 days ago, which people looked at that and were like, man, I guess he's not fighting against Ryan. Ryan took to his social media and said, I don't even need Rolly. I don't need Pitbull Cruz. Enjoy fighting Pitbull Cruz or something like that. Because after that rant, Rolly said he was going to fight Pitbull Cruz. Well, Rolly told the truth. He is fighting Pitbull Cruz. Now, there was confusion because, again, Ryan Garcia took to his social media and said, despite Rolly 5 days ago saying that the fight was off, Ryan gave people hope that they were still in negotiations. And then now, come to find out, it's not going to happen. Rolly is fighting Pitbull Cruz. So if you watch my last video, I seen some people in the comment section, and this is why they were confused. Because Ryan, look, he deleted it, you see? So Ryan did a post and delete. The only reason I'm able to show it is because that's how it works on X, on Twitter. If you already previously had access to it, you can still see it sometimes. But the tweet is gone. Ryan did put 420. He said, so shout out to the smokers. He said on 420, he was going to smoke Rolly. Pause. He said on DAZN, pay-per-view tickets and location soon, blah, blah, blah. And he posted this graphic of Rolly and him. And that's what he said was going to happen. Now he's coming out and he got, I guess, surprised because Rolly is now fighting Pitbull Cruz and has been formally announced, at least by the fighters, right? Ryan says, look, I was informed the deal was finalizing and it would be announced in the coming days. Obviously, that was a lie. My patience has been tested for the last few weeks. I am trying my best to be as honest and real as I can to you guys. I'll be looking forward to announcing my next fight. I'm not going to say anything until it's actually signed and delivered. I still look forward to putting on a big pay-per-view for DAZN Boxing. Have a blessed day. Somebody put this Devin Haney. They put Devin Haney smiling. That's kind of funny. You see fighter Kenneth Sims said, all right, let's fight. So he's down for the smoke. But we'll have to see who Ryan is going to fight. Ryan heard this news. He's obviously not happy because it makes him look crazy. And he put snake. So he said he got snaked by Rolly or whoever. And he also put ducks. So I guess he's saying that Rolly ducked. Just to give you guys more proof, because I know some people are still confused and they like it. Eastside Pitbull Cruz, he has 723,000 followers. He posted this, and it's a graphic of him and Rolly, right? So we're hearing it. It's not just a rumor at this point. Cruz Romero WBA super lightweight world title fight Saturday, March 30th on Prime Video, Las Vegas. So I don't see why Pitbull Cruz has never done this. He's never had a history of saying he's going to fight somebody and then the fight not happening. So Pitbull Cruz, he's good in my book in terms of, he's just a fun fighter to watch. But beyond that, he's never lied and said, hey, I'm fighting this guy, and it didn't happen. So it looks like this is what's happening next. Pitbull, he says, Las Vegas, March 30th, Team Pitbull. Again, somebody that has access to his account is saying this. See, when Ryan said it, there was no real proof. There was no proof of it. He didn't have, both parties weren't agreeing to it. Like, Rolly didn't put yesterday that I'm fighting against Ryan. And just to give you guys further proof, because I like to really, in boxing, I like to cover my tracks and let you know so you know the information is reliable. Rolly says Ryan always thought it was Garcia Romero when in reality it was Romero Garcia. And then he also posted that he's fighting Pitbull Cruz, and he said it's going to be a 12-round slugfest. Let's see if I can go back to that. He said 12-round slugfest. So he's co-signing this ESPN report. I'm giving you guys all the leads, all the updated information. Again, if you're just joining this portion of the video or you didn't hear it clear, Ryan Garcia is not the father. He is not fighting Rolly. Rolly is fighting Pitbull Cruz on Amazon Prime as a co-main event to Keith Thurman versus Tim Tszyu. And that's a good card. Sebastian Fundora. And I know the usual suspects, they're going to hate, oh, it's a pay-per-view, I'm not paying. Typical PBC slander. I like it. Some people are also going to bring up Barroso. Oh, why is Rolly not fighting Barroso? Shut up, please. I'm sick of hearing your foolish thoughts, you simpletons, you foolish infidels. I hate majority of the boxing narratives and points of views. People say stupid stuff. Listen, I like Barroso. He's good. He 1,000 years old or whatever. He can fight. Great. He just fought. Literally, he just fought. We don't even know if he's ready to get in the camp after he just knocked out the UK boy, O'Hara Davis. So I don't know where Barroso is. I understand he's the mandatory. I understand there's some controversy with how Rolly won the belt. But please, shut your mouth. Shut your candy sup. I'm sick of these opinions. Oh, why is he not fighting Barroso? Just like I know, that Pitbull Cruz is a bigger fight than Rolly versus Barroso 2. Now, pure boxing heads, right? They might want to see Barroso 2. And if Rolly comes through the Pitbull Cruz fight, yeah, I think Barroso can be looked at that point. But Rolly's looking for big fights and big events. Is the very first Prime Video card. They're looking to make the bigger fight. And you have a Cuban and black Rolly and a Mexican fighter in Isaac Cruz. Both guys fought and lost to Gervonta Davis. Shows you the talent level of Davis. Abdul Wahid, right? So it's a compelling backstory. And both guys are looking to get to the next level of their careers. And Pitbull Cruz called out Ryan. He's called for a Gervonta Davis rematch. And this is the part that's getting crazy with boxing. It's very apparent that many boxing fans They just want to cry and they just want to complain. They are not here for anything else but to cry and to complain. Bunch of YouTubers crying and complaining. So when all of these fights are hypothetical fights, right? You have people who they complained about it when it was this hypothetical fight. They complain when it's this hypothetical fight. No matter what, the point I'm making is no matter what, they find a way to complain. Period. Like PBC can load up the card and they'll still complain. Oh, why is it on pay-per-view? But then all throughout boxing, you have all these other nefarious companies and different companies that are doing their own pay-per-views, none of which they've stacked a card better than this March 30th card with co-main, Cruz, Romero, title fight, Tim Tszyu, Keith Thurman, Sebastian Fundora, and the other people. Portion of the card is going to be made available on Amazon Prime, which most people in America probably have or have access to somebody that has it. You could do a fight party or something. And then the rest you got to get on pay-per-view. I mean, and still fans complain. But for me, I think the bigger issue is with Ryan Garcia, we thought he was going to fight Devin Haney. Or at least some people. I knew the fight wasn't going to happen, but that's what the talk was. That's what the negotiations were. They fell flat. Then he says, you know what? I'm moving on from Devin Haney. I'm going to get in negotiations with Rolly. They have some form of negotiations. They fall flat. Nothing materializes. Now it's looking bad for Ryan Garcia, especially since Ryan just less than 12 hours ago, after he said it, the new information came out that Rolly was fighting Pitbull after he said that he was fighting against Rolly. So that's just a bad look. And here's the thing. Ryan has done this before. That's what makes it worse. So now it's getting to the boy who cried wolf. Now, even though I relied on Ryan's post because I figured, okay, let me give Ryan the benefit of the doubt because he's saying the Rolly fight is finalized and I know they were in negotiations. So cool. Let me make this video and go off of Ryan's post. And that was obviously an egregious mistake because he's done this before and I trusted his information that he would be knowing what's going on in his career. But there's some real cause of concern for Ryan, given the fact that he looks like he hates his promoter. He's always arguing with B-Hop and subbing B-Hop and Oscar De La Hoya. He's going off on tangents at the press conference and all these things that are going on behind the scenes and some of it in front of us. He's mad that De La Hoya and B-Hop didn't go to his post-fight presser after he lost to Tank. And then now he's being told information and it's bad information. You got Oscar De La Hoya who was like, yo, I want Ryan to fight Ramirez. Rolly outpriced himself. That's the information that's being told. And then everybody thought the fight collapsed between Ryan and Rolly. Ryan comes out and says, no, I'm fighting Rolly. People get hyped, but for a short period of time. It was very, very short-lived because now we find out that they're not actually fighting. So this looks bad. Romero, he's situated. He's fighting Cruz. That's a great fight. It's a title fight. Cruz moving up in weight. Rolly has a chance to kind of right his wrongs with Barroso. Some people thought he lost that fight. So now you have a name opponent with a good following who's been doing good. He says it's a 12-round slugfest, and I agree. I don't know. Somebody's going to hit the canvas. Somebody's going to get knocked out. You know, that's kind of the type of fight that I can envision for Rolly and Pitbull. And then the winner is probably going to still be looking at trying to fight Tank in a rematch, right? So this puts them in a good position. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia, again, has prematurely announced a fight that didn't happen. And I know some of you guys maybe you just joined boxing and you don't know what I'm talking about. So I'll give you some examples. In the past, a couple years ago, Ryan was on Mike Tyson. Hi, it's me, Mike Tyson. Watch my fight with Peter McNeely. Like Customato told me, I'm a killer. Anybody that mess with me, I'm gonna kill them. Right? He was on the podcast, hopping up and down, and he said, I'm gonna fight Tank. I'm gonna knock him out in 2 rounds. Then he kept doing TMZ interviews saying he was fighting Tank, saying he was fighting Tank. Later, he fought Tank. I get that. But he was prematurely saying he's gonna fight Tank next at a point in time, doing these podcasts with Mike Tyson, doing these interviews with TMZ, and then out of nowhere, Ryan Garcia says, I have a fight that's better than the Tank. You guys are gonna love this, and Tank gotta wait. And people are like, who could he be talking about? Who's better than Tank that you would be fighting in and around your weight class? Because it's not like you're gonna fight Canelo. So what fight is better? Then he came out and said he was fighting Manny Pacquiao, and he posted a flyer. Same thing, same spiel. Posted a flyer, said he was fighting him, and people got hyped. Like, oh, he's fighting Pacquiao? Oh, wow, blah, blah, blah. And then it did not pan out for whatever reason. The deal wasn't done. They were trying to fight in somebody's backyard. So he keep posting these graphics and getting people excited like he just did yesterday, and then deleting the post, and then, look, does not exist because he deleted it. So you got bad information. You relayed to your fans and the boxing media and public bad information, and now you're stuck with the bill. Rolly got his next fight. Devin's probably working on his next fight, and these are fights where you allegedly were going to fight them. So something's up. Either you're wolfing, or Golden Boy don't want you to fight these certain guys, or fight off-platform fighters, or maybe risky fights, and you're not seeing eye to eye. But something is up, and the information is bad. So this looks bad for Ryan's brand. And then you look at it, okay, now if you're not going to get, because the only exception I said is if Ryan's going to fight Rolly, then that makes sense. That makes sense to not fight Devin. But now to not fight Rolly, to not fight Pitbull Cruz, because they're fighting each other, which would be good names for Ryan Garcia, and to not fight Devin Haney, now that's not really making that much sense, because who are you going to fight? And he's talking about in the past, he only wants to put worthy fights on pay-per-view. How are you going to keep and maintain your pay-per-view celebrity if you don't have a pay-per-view worthy fight? Because let's be real, like, I don't want to see Ryan and Jose Ramirez, and I dang sure don't want to see it on pay-per-view. That's not like a pay-per-view type of fight. I don't even know where Ramirez has been, you know? So to me, that's not really a pay-per-view joint. So to be honest, this looked bad for Ryan, because he's without a dance partner, and yet again, he relayed bad information that didn't turn out to be accurate. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Gang, gang.